So here's some Birthing Better stories about the bony pelvis. There was a family originally from Sri Lanka. They were having their first baby in New Zealand, where our trust is. They had gone through the work and had, in the privacy of their own home, had done the body work, and she got into labor and she felt her baby was stuck. Because she's in the hospital with staff midwives there, she and her husband are wondering how much they can do on their own, because shouldn't they be just following the suggestions of the midwives? But the midwives weren't giving her any suggestions really other than to change positions, and the labor was not progressing. So she eventually took it into her own mind and came out of her mouth to her husband, which is, do the hip lift on me. So he came and he did the hip lift, pretty concerned about what the midwives would think of him, but the midwives didn't seem to pay any attention, really. So he did the hip lift during a contraction, and then when the contraction ended, he stopped doing it. And she said to him, keep doing it. So he did. And he just sat there with her pelvis opened, and she would give him a commentary, up a little higher, down a little bit. And she did that until she felt the baby unstuck. And then she said, okay, stop. And then she got up and moved around. So it's really important for you to know that you can use these skills at any time in the birth, no matter who's around you. These are your skills. They're not their skills. Here's another story. There was a woman who did the sacral maneuver. Her partner did it on her, and she kind of felt it was okay, but she said, I think I want to walk in labor, so I don't really want to lie down and have my partner do this on me then. So she stood up, and she started to think about her sacrum and to move her sacrum, and she knew that if she could relax her knees and keep her legs at about shoulder width apart, that she could actually articulate her sacrum. And that's called Kate's cat. You'll find that exercise in one of the lessons here. So just remember, you can do the sacral maneuver lying down, or you can do the sacral maneuver standing up. So here's another story. There was a woman who, she and her partner worked with the sacral maneuver lying down. She worked with Kate's cat standing up, but she couldn't really get Kate's cat. Her husband was sitting there saying to her, well, come on, just tuck your tailbone under your legs and then tuck your tailbone out to the back. She just couldn't get it, and he was frustrated. And so he eventually said to her, well, just try it. And she just got silent, and she tried to tuck her tail under her leg, and then she sort of went, aha! And then she said, oh, I need to point my asshole to the floor. After that, it was point my asshole to the floor, and then try to point my asshole back to the back wall. Sounds crude, but this is what we do in order to understand our own bodies. And these are the wonderful Birthing Better stories that we have.